Now your options for breath work tonight, pranayama, because it's more of an active class tonight, I just wanted to give you something a little energizing, because by now we're probably needing that, and you'll have lots of time to ground and relax at the end, toward the end, and in between our transitions. So first option is simply to do your own Ujjayi breath. Now Ujjayi breath is the kind of breath that we take when we sound like an ocean wave. It's a very throat orientated breath. The breath flows in through the nose with slightly parted lips. And as we breathe in, it's almost like Darth Vader's sound. You can feel as if you've got a hole in your throat. You're feeling the warm air on the back of your throat. And when you breathe out, you close your mouth again, breathe out through your nose, and feel it again through the throat, as if you're fogging a mirror up inside yourself. So let's try that for a moment. Think about that breath of Darth Vader. And you can make that as strong or as unstrong as you wish. You're fogging that mirror up on the inside. The rate, I would just try going in for 4, and then maybe a pause for 2, and then out for 4, or an elongated 6 if you want it. Do it out for 6, then a pause for 2 again. So in for 4, pause for 2, out for 4 or 6 if you want to take it longer, pause for 2. So those of you that wish to just simply do Ujjayi, this is your option. If you want another option which is a little stronger, Kapapalati breath. Okay, so I'm thinking that maybe you're all on mute by now, otherwise I can mute you. But with Kapapalati, if you choose to do that, our arms are up, turn your thumbs, have your fingers up, turn your thumbs in toward the pads, the palms of your fingers, wrap your fingers over. So we're here. We're going to take a breath in, all the way in, and all the way out. And then when we do the Kapapalati breath, it's more of a forced little exhalation. The inhalation will happen naturally. It's a pumping from the belly and also the Uddiyana area here, just in the solar plexus. So it's like a forced flicking back toward the spine. Okay, it's really fast little pumps. Forced exhalation comes out through the nose, the breath. With children, I call it the boogie breath. Okay, it's like you're trying to get rid of something out of your nose, so you may need tissues. So I'll show you the rate for this. If you do Kapapalati breath, you will be doing it for 21 forced, and then you'll take a deep breath in, hold your breath and release. So take your arms down for a moment, take a rest, and then we'll do one trial of Kapapalati, and then I'll let you do your own that you choose. So if you're doing Kapapalati, let's have a trial. Arms up. Take a breath in about 80%. And completely breathe out. Big breath in. Hold your breath. Exhale, lower the arms, breathing out completely. Take a full in-breath, complete breath out. Now if you want to do more Kapapalati, then this is where we're going next, or so sit with Ujjayi breath. Palms can be up with Ujjayi breath. So wherever you wish to go, I'll guide the Kapha Pilate, but stay with Ujjayi if that's what you wish. Deep breath in to about 80%. Breathe out fully. Breathe in and hold. Breathe out. Let's sit with Ujjayi breath now too. We'll do a couple of rounds. We'll all sit with Ujjayi. Beginning to softly close the eyes. Feel the belly expand on that inhalation. Feel the belly draw back and recoil back to the core with the exhalation. Belly expand. Exhale for recoil. Now this time, as you take that last Ujjayi breath, as we do it like this, draw to your heart and mind your intention. Putting it out there to the universe and to yourself, reinforcing your intention for your practice or your general intention, your life's intention. Gently opening the eyes. Now if your legs need a change of cross, just change the cross, or if you want to undo them for a moment. We're going to take the arms out to the side, and can you see it's like an Egyptian. My left hand, it looks like your right hand turns under and left hand turns up. And we're going to change, it look almost like an Egyptian. So start to stretch out through the fascia, bend and then reach. Like a twist one way, one twist down, one twists up. Start to feel that twist and fascial stretch all through those arms. Keeping that Ujjayi breath going here when you do this, let that anchor you into your presence in the moment. Let's just do 2 more like this. Last one. Exhale all the way down. Take your hands and really gently clasp them behind your head, only really, really gently. Very softly drop your chin to your chest and let the weight of your hands just rest on your head a little bit more. Now with about 60%, try to push the back of your head into the palms of the hands. Take it easy and let yourself win a little. So let the head start to come back up with resistance. Then pause, let go of the resistance and drop your chin again to your chest, letting the weight of your hands rest and just nudge it down a little bit more. One more time, resist, looking up with the head, and then start to let it win. So you're actually letting it win a little. Pause totally, and then allow the head, the chin to drop. Releasing your hands, looking up totally. Let's turn and look over your left shoulder. And then I want you to do little tiny micro movements over that left shoulder, just towards your edge and then back. Just tiny little pulses, micro movement. And pause, release, turn back the other way. Tiny little micro movements over the other shoulder. Just go to your full on edge and then little tiny movements. And pause. Come back to the center. We'll take 2 circles, neck circles. So we flex a little, gently side bend over the left shoulder, look up, and they're only small movements. Okay, so start to round your chest forward as you drop the chin down. Look over the left shoulder, look up and squeeze shoulder blades together. Side bend over the right shoulder. Do that one more time. And then let's go the other way. Taking it nice and easy, letting the breath help you find that little bit of flow. Okay, when you've completed all 3 this way, we're going to do little swimming shoulders. I want you to take your shoulders as we warm up the head and the neck, and almost like you're riding a bike, alternating forward. So right shoulder forward, left shoulder, right shoulder, left shoulder. And start to bring in your side body with this a little bit as well. So there's a bit of a flow in through your ribs as well. Beautiful. Okay, can you ride backwards now? Backwards swimming shoulders. So the hands, just rest your hands on your thighs. And it's simply lift, it's kind of like you're lifting one up to the air, rolling it backwards, and then the other. That's better. Yeah, good. Pause here. Open through the chest. This time both forward. Almost like the movement of butterfly when you're in the pool. Except that you haven't got your arms kind of doing that. It's more the shoulders. 2 more. Bringing the spine into it a little too, like a little wave. Let's go backwards like that. Backstroke. And bring your spine into it as well. Start to feel a little bit of flexion and an extension as you roll your shoulders. This is preparing us for later, okay? For the lovely challenge I've put in here just for you. Take a big breath in. Let's arms up to the side. And let them drop and flop. Beautiful. Let's do that again. Beautiful. One more time. Inhale. Awesome. Okay. Now, before we begin a little bit more movement, if you've got a strap, might be a good time to place it over your left shoulder. Okay, whatever you've got. You may not need one, but you might want one. Your right arm, take it out to the side with your thumb up. This is if your strap's on your left shoulder. Turn your thumb down, reach the right arm behind your back and grab the bottom of the strap. Now reach your left arm up to the sky and then take it behind your head. You may be able to catch your fingers. You may be able to find your fingers behind your back. If you can't, use the strap to walk your hands toward one another. Now as we here, see if you can lift your chest and broaden through the sternum while you ground your sitting bones down. Take a really big expansive breath in through that rib cage here. And exhale. As you exhale, we're going to kind of fold forward a little. Just let your chest drop back and round, let everything round into each other. As you inhale, begin to ground your sitting bones. Hips roll forward and lift and arch your back. And exhale, round forward. Let's do that again. 2 more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, roll back. Hopefully you can hear your breath like Darth Vader. Inhale and breathe up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale here. When we release, we're going to release really quickly, like just let that top arm undo. Awesome. Changing sides. We're going to change our position of sitting in a minute. So this time straps over your right shoulder. This time we'll take in the left hand, turn the thumb down, take it behind you, right arm, thumb up, take behind the head. Maybe you can reach hand to hand, maybe you use your strap. If you feel a little funny in the rotation in one, take it, undo it again, and go back into it gradually. So let's inhale here, arching off the back, reaching up to the sternum. Exhale, fold and lean back. Inhale, reach and lift. Exhale, fold. 3 more. Inhale, reach. Deepen breath. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale. Keep drawing that arm toward the center. Inhale, reach. As you can see, mine was dropping out a little. And exhale, fold. Come on up to inhalation. Let that top arm go. Let the bottom one go. Taking your strap just to the side. And let's come on off our props. Just let the legs go down for a minute. Maybe pat them out. We're going to come over to all fours. Ready for cat-cow. So your fingers are wide here, your knees are underneath the hips, hands are underneath the shoulders. Open through the biceps, so open them out a little by turning your hands out ever so slightly. When we're ready, drop the belly, draw your chest through your arms, breathing up. Exhale, round, tuck the tail, draw belly button back, chin to chest. Inhale, drop belly, looking up. Exhale, round and tuck. Find that little pause at the end of each one. Inhale, drop belly. Exhale, round. One more like that. Inhale, drop belly. Exhale, round. Now you might want to play now, bring in other movement. Maybe you're leaning forward slightly as you inhale, and then as you exhale you might want to start to bring your bottom back to your heels. Inhale, drop your belly, come on forward. Exhale, round and tuck. Find that little pause at the end. Continue to play now. I'm going to give you quiet time to play. And you can even stay upright, maybe side bending of the spine. What feels good right now? Make your movement intuitive and pleasurable. Lead from within what you feel you need. If you've been sitting in a certain way all day, you might want to reverse that by doing the opposite. Bringing in that connection of your breath to your movement. Okay, from here, hold it up on all fours. Turn where you can your hands so that your fingers face your legs, and if they don't face your legs, let them face out a little. If they do face the legs, then begin to sit your bottom back and just feel a stretch in the front of your wrist. Now begin to peel the hands off the floor slowly, and then come back and plant them down again. Shift the weight forward and slowly start to lean back again. It's a really strong stretch for the front of the arms. If you are aside, your hands only go to this point, then you shift the weight side to side and do the same thing. Beautiful. Sitting back on your heels, just give a shake here for the arms before we now get into the stronger strength stuff. Okay, Bring the weight forward, fingers wide, hands slightly turned out, tuck the toes, lift the bottom. Let's start to warm up in a downward facing dog. So we're alternating, bending and straightening each leg, starting to warm up through the hips and the hamstrings, the spine, keeping the subtle bend in the knees in general at the moment. So here we draw the bottom back and away, thighs draw back, heels toward the floor, but they don't always have to touch. Upper arms hug in, as if your chest as well wants to reach towards your front of your thighs. So hold your downward facing dog now here for a moment. Come up to your tippy toes, keep your knees bent at the moment when you bend your knees. Feel how your belly, your core shortens. I want you to focus on that. And now draw back into a straight leg down dog. Hold still. And inhale, bend the knees, feel the core shorten. Shift your shoulders forward slightly and begin to straighten the legs. And exhale, draw the bottom back again. Push your heels toward the floor and straight leg down dog. They don't have to touch though. Inhale here, shoulders over to plank, high plank. Push out through the backs of the heels. Now you can always use your knees on the floor. This is the modification. Okay, otherwise exhale back to a downward facing dog or simply do everything in cat-cow childs. So the option for the cat-cow child is inhale over your knees and then exhale back to child's pose. Okay, but if you're doing downward facing dog, your downward facing dog over to high plank. Just a few more like this. Now we're going to hold it in high plank or low plank, wherever you are. High plank, low plank, you can do the same thing. We're going to just lift a leg just off the ground and hover slightly. If you're in low, you can just lift that leg out, straighten it out a little and just hover the toe across. Beautiful. That's it, beautiful. And draw your core in when you do this. Okay, lower the leg and change sides. Lift the other side. Just a little hover. Hug the upper arms in, draw that core in. And let's lower down. Let the knees down. Take a rest in child's pose. Tent up on your fingers. Lift your hands up. Draw your bottom back. Breathe deep into your belly. Breathe around into the lower back. So the first part is, there's a lot of strength work here in the first part. We'll get into some flow shortly. Please inhale up to all fours, shoulders up. Come to low plank with your knees down on the ground. Exhale, hug your upper arms and lower your belly down to the floor. Okay, so from here, hands beside you, hug your upper arms in, and let's do a little cobra. So just lift the upper chest off the floor, almost so that you can hover your hands. Okay, so it's just the upper body lifting. Exhale, lower. Now continue with that, a little wee baby cobra with the hands lifted, and exhale. Now the next option is to bend your legs. So bend your legs with your feet flexed. Okay, so take it easy with this one. Inhale into a baby cobra. Keep your hands on the ground if you need to. This is different. So exhale, lower down, take it slowly. Pubic bone pushes into the ground. Inhale, lift up into a baby cobra again. Beautiful. Exhale. One more time like that. Inhale, baby cobra. And you'll probably find you can come up a little bit more. Exhale, lower down. Now let your legs go down straight. Open them wide. Lift them off the ground. Lift both legs off the ground wide. This is just more of a strength component. We'll get to normal cobra soon. So as you inhale, you're going to open the legs wide. As you exhale, you're going to draw them back to the center, but they're lifted the whole time. Inhale, open them. Exhale, draw back to the center. And if you wish to come into a baby cobra the whole time, you're welcome to. Inhale, just let the legs open a little. Exhale, draw them back to center. One more time. Inhale, open. Exhale together and completely lower down your upper body. Resting your hands under your forehead. Let your pelvis roll from side to side. Take a deep breath in here. And exhale fully. One more time. Beautiful. We're going to begin a little flow. So hands beside you. Roll the shoulders back, shoulder blades down your back. Push up into a cobra, knees into the floor. Tuck your bottom back. Tuck your toes. Come on up to the downward facing dog. Stretch it out here for just a moment. Bring some length into the spine. Draw length from the tailbone back and away. Energy down your legs toward the floor. Energy up your arms, making that spine long. And we're going to walk our hands and feet toward one another, keeping your knees bent if you wish initially, just to support the lower back. This is an option all the time to keep the knees bent. As you hang forward here, Uttanasana. Hands rest beside you. We're going to inhale, sitting the bottom back into chair pose. So inhale, reach your arms up alongside your ears. And then exhale, fold. We're just going to do another 2 of these. Inhale, sit back into chair pose. Make sure the bottom sits back. Exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale, sitting up into chair pose. Exhale, fold. This time we're going to unfold. Come on all the way to stand. Bend your knees, squeeze your bottom, reach up to the sky. And exhale, let your arms drop down. Give your body a bit of a shake because we've done some quite intense stuff already. So maybe a little bounce. Shake the whole body out a little. Please come to the front of your mat. We're going to take a sun salutation 4 times, 2 on each leg, and I'll lead. So let's bring hands to Anjali Mudra at the heart, taking it at your own pace. Remember, listening to your body. Feel all 4 points of the feet grounding down. Breathe to your belly. When we're ready, inhale the arms down, float them up beside you. Exhale a full forward fold, bend the knees, let your chest fold over your thighs. Inhale, trace your hands up your shins, look up, flatten your spine. Exhale as we plant the hands on the floor, step your left foot back and lower your left knee to the floor. That's it. Stay here for a moment. Inhale into your lunge and arch your back as you look up. Draw your chest forward. And as you exhale, we're going to step back into a downward dog, or simply bring your knees together and come into a child's pose. Inhale, shoulders to high or low plank. So inhale your shoulders forward, knees can be down. And exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Can you go slowly for lowering down? And try to be strong here. Try to keep the belly strong and then let your chest and chin come down, finally the lower back onto your belly. Inhale, roll the shoulders back. Feel that muscle of your spine, both muscles pull you up, peel you up. So rectus spinae, draw you up. Exhale, push your knees into the floor, draw your bottom back, tuck your toes. Come on up to a downward facing dog. We're here for 3 breaths. And anytime you want to rest in child's pose instead, please do. Child's pose can be your down dog. From here, inhale, ground down through your right foot or ground down through your right knee and stretch your left leg back. We're going to step the left leg through to the front, come through into a lunge. Inhale and look up. And exhale, step the right foot to the front, fold your chest over your legs. Inhale, ground your feet, breathe your way all the way up. And exhale, hands to your heart. We're going to flow again. Inhale, breathe those arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees if you wish. Inhale, halfway lift. Flatten your spine as if I'm going to put a cup of tea on your back. Exhale, step the right foot back and we're going to lower the right knee down all the way to the floor like a low lunge. Relax your foot. Inhale, draw your chest through, arch your back, your spine is long. Exhale here, as we exhale, step back into a downward facing dog. Come back in the way that is right for you. Inhale, shoulders over to high plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Lower to your belly. Inhale, raise to cobra. Keep the back of your neck long, make sure your shoulders are soft. Exhale, draw back to downward facing dog or to child's pose. 3 breaths. You choose where's right for you. Inhale this time, ground the left foot down. Maybe just lift the right leg back a little. We're going to step the right foot through to the front of the mat or lower the left knee. Step the right foot through and then as you exhale, step your left foot through. Come into fold over your legs. Ground the feet down, bend the knees. Inhale, breathe your arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. We're going to repeat that exactly like that again. I'll guide you. You might want to do it with your eyes closed if you're feeling comfortable, otherwise keep them open. When you're ready, inhale, breathe those arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flatten your back, look up. Exhale, step left foot back, lower the left knee down to the ground. Inhale, look up in your lunge, draw chest forward. Exhale, stepping back into downward facing dog or child's pose, your choice. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower down to your belly. Rest your feet. Inhale, roll shoulders back and down to cobra, up to cobra I should say. Exhale, draw back, downward facing dog, core in, Mula Bandha pulls up or child's pose. We're here 3 breaths. Please ground down, right foot, just lift leg back a little. We're going to step it through between our hands to the front. Take your time. Lower the knee if you need to. Exhale, step right foot forward to join left, fold over your legs, Uttanasana. Ground the feet, bend the knees, soften, inhale, breathe all the way up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Beautiful everyone, one more time through. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step right leg back, lower knee down. Remember to really strengthen your core as you make these movements. Inhale, arch your back, draw your chest through. And as we exhale, stepping back into downward facing dog or into your child's pose. Inhale to plank of your choice, shoulders forward. Exhale, dip lower down to your belly. Rest the feet. Inhale up to Cobra. And exhale, let's take a rest in child's pose. We'll all join child's pose. 3 breaths here. Your hands may want to come underneath your forehead. They may want to be beside your legs. See if you can connect your forehead with the floor or your hands. Give me permission for the frontal part of your brain to rest. There's nothing it has to do. Nowhere it has to be. It is exactly where it's chosen to be in your practice. Slowly come on up to all fours, reaching the fingers and the hands forward, tuck the toes, come to down dog. Ground the left foot back, stretch right leg back, stepping right leg through to the front on the inhalation. Lower the back knee down, arch the spine. Exhale, we're going to step all the way now to the front, fold over your legs. Ground the feet, soften the knees, inhale, breathe the arms all the way up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Beautiful. Take a shake of the hands just for a sec. Take your feet just a little wide like the mat. Inhale, breathing the arms up. And as you exhale, we're going to fold slowly. So round through the head, round through the upper spine. Begin to let yourself drape gradually. Squeeze the bottom, bend the knees, soften the knees a little. And completely fold until you're hanging forward like a ragdoll. And then maybe you might like to gently shift your weight side to side. And let yourself just kind of sway. Holding still, ground the feet, uncurl again, let your arms hang still. We don't have to bring them up, we just want to uncurl vertebra by vertebra until we come to a standing position again. Roll your shoulders back. And notice that sort of revived you a little bit. We've got a bit of a challenge coming up now with standing balance, just in the terms of the way we transition. So let's start with hands at heart. Remember, only do what you wish. Take your time. I think before I take you into the surprise part of it, the pose that we will be doing in terms of the balance will be a standing half lotus tree. Okay, we're not going to come straight into it from here, but once I have you here, then I'll be asking you to cross that leg over top of the opposite side and simultaneously start to sit the bottom back while you fold your chest forward. So maybe we can do that before I throw it into the sequence. Let's have a practice. Please ground down through your right foot. Lift your left leg a little here. Soften the left knee, the right knee. Now, let your left hip flex. Flex your ankle too. Cross it on top of your right thigh and begin to sit your bottom back into a chair pose. You will wobble, and at the same time, fold your chest over. Now you may just get to here, that's fine. Today for some reason I'm cramping, that's all I'm getting to. Eventually, I'll show you on the other side, eventually you'll get to quite a deep chair pose comfortably, and you'll feel it in the hip that you've got crossed. Okay, gently stand, slowly, come on out of it, do any kind of movements you need to do, and then we'll change sides. Okay, so I'll do it on the side I just showed you. If you can take this time your right leg, your left leg, sorry, ground down, lift your right, cross it over. Again, hands to your heart and start to sit your bottom back, simultaneously folding. Beautiful. Taking your time and then slowly standing, coming to stand, coming out of it. So that'll be the balance, but we're coming in from another angle. And we'll go there now. Hands to your heart. Take a deep breath. When we're ready, breathe those arms down and up. Exhale, fold. Draw Mula Bandha up as you fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, we're going to step the left foot back into a lunge, but keep your knee off the ground this time. So it's going to be prepped for a high lunge. Now here, to stay strong in the core, I want you to draw your right hip back, the front leg, draw it back into your hip socket. And I want you to tuck your left tailbone under, your left hip, scoop that under. Bend in through the back knee a little. Draw energy up through your back heel. Hug thighs into the midline. From here, we're going to press forward in the front leg and come to a standing flying lunge. Hug your thighs in. You can do this with your knee down as well. Beautiful. Now from here, stay strong. Draw your pelvic floor up really, really strong. And inhale your arms out in front of you, like a shooting superstar. And you can do this with your knee down as well. Just keep hugging the thighs into the midline. Exhale, take your arms back behind you. Keep squeezing those thighs to the midline. Inhale, arms forward, reach. Strong right hip back into the hip socket. Exhale, arms behind you. Hug the thighs into the midline. Do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful strength, everyone. Relax your hands. Now let's start to stand up a little more into the lunge. Bend the back knee more though. Nice. Now, we are going to shift to standing in that starting position for our balance in a moment. So I'll show you where we're going. If you're on your back knee, we'll modify. But let me shift the others first. So we can do a little hop and then lift this leg to the front. Then you know where we're going to from here. We're going to come into that half lotus tree fold. So, if you're down on your knees, I reckon, Michelle, have your hand down on the ground, lift the back knee, step forward, squeeze your bottom, stand up, and then simply just lift the leg. It's probably the easiest way to come back into it. And then when you're ready, prepare half folded lotus. Taking your time. When you come up and out of your lotus, 2 ways to get back. One of them, step back, step that leg back, come back into a low lunge. Another one is simply tap it down and then step the left foot back. The left foot is back. Hands to the floor, we're going to come back to downward dog. Now with this right hip, you might just want to do some hip circles in the air for a moment. Just some movement here with that hip. And then come to downward facing dog or child's pose. Inhale, shoulders to high plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga to your belly. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, draw back. Let's rest for a moment in child's pose. In your child's pose, shift your weight side to side, your hip weight side to side. Almost like you're massaging your belly on your thighs. Inhale here, looking up, come on up to all fours. Tuck your toes if you wish to come to down dog or stay in the cat-cow. And we're going to hop, walk or step to the front of the mat. Okay, so you can choose how you come to the front of the mat. You may like to do a little bunny hop. And we'll all meet in folded Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift, and exhale this time, fold and step your right foot back into the high lunge. Okay, so set yourself up for your high lunge first. The hugging of the thighs in toward the midline is one really, really important part of this, and the hugging of that front hip back into your hip socket. Draw energy up the back leg and both thighs hug the center. So, draw your pelvic floor up as you lift your chest and come to flying lunge, super lunge, or keep your legs in the ground. Now, inhale, arms above you, in front. Keep drawing energy up through the back heel. Exhale, take it behind. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Now this time we're getting ready to stand up. I don't know if I did this last time, but I'm going to get you to reach your arms up. Scoop your tailbone under of the back leg. Now we can do this with our knee on the ground as well. Now we're going to exhale and bring that right leg to the front. Come to stand with the flexed knee, flexed ankle, and then find your half folded lotus tree. Sitting the bottom back simultaneously as you fold your chest over that inner right thigh. Keep your eyes on your drishti. Breathe to your belly. Now stay there as long as you wish, or when you're ready, gently come out and find your way back, stepping back into a lunge. Take your time, have as many steps in it as you need. And then let's step back to downward dog or to child's pose, you choose. And again, if you want to do like little hip circles of that hip, if you need that, then please do that. And then come to rest in downward facing dog. Inhale, shoulders over to plank. Exhale, lower down to your belly. Rest your feet. Inhale, float to cobra. Exhale, drawing back to child's pose again. Beautiful, everyone, beautiful. Inhale now, slowly. Come on up to all fours. Tucking toes one more time here, down dog. Hop, walk, step or jump to the front of the mat. Exhale, let's fold. Inhale, breathe all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Release down. We're going to come to face the long edge of your mat. And your feet aren't too wide, but they're not too narrow. They're probably about as, let's see, have a feel how wide you want to be. Turn your toes kind of not too far out, just a little way out. And we're going to start to do little figure eights with the hips and the pelvis, bending the knee so you'll know if you're too wide or too narrow. And I want you to let your body start to follow suit with these little spirals. It's almost like you're drawing a figure eight and you're starting to let your whole body, including your neck. So let your neck start to roll in a way that you naturally feel like you need to do. Let your arms kind of sway. And then see if you can go the other way. Find out what that is. Feel, even if you want to close your eyes and feel how this feels for you on the inside. Hopefully feeling a little bit of relief through your lumbar spine. And holding still. Can we step our feet out a little wider? Turn the foot that's in the front to face the short edge of your mat. And turn the back toes, the back foot, turn those toes in slightly. Align your front heel with your back arch. And let's start to bend into that front leg. We're sitting up for warrior two. We won't be here long. I just want to stretch you out laterally. We've done a lot vertically. Just want to give you an opening laterally. Open through your hips this way. So we're here, we want to make sure our toes are in front of the knee. Open and spiral through the front hip. Now the arms, inhale, breathe them up to the ceiling. And then exhale them down to warrior two, arms, just a little lower than your shoulders. Soften your shoulders. Imagine that I'm stretching you from arm to arm, opening through your chest. Pull your pelvic floor muscles up, your lower core in. The elbow that's in front, we're going to just kind of reach and let it rest on your front leg with your palm up. The right arm can go behind your back, or if it's okay for your body, reach it over your top ear and turn and look underneath that armpit. Keep opening through your thoracic spine on the side. Exhale. And then I want you to fold that arm that's up the top, swing it around, sweep it around in front of you, and turn both toes toward the long edge of your mat. Turn them both in and fold forward. So we've got a wide leg forward fold here. And feel free here, while you're in a forward fold, to play. Keep your feet still, toes turned in, but start to move your upper body around the orientation of your straight legs. Your fixed point is your feet. Make it feel nice for you. And you can do this down on your knees as well. Moving from side to side. You can take the legs wide and then you get a beautiful froggy if you don't want to do the forward fold. If the body doesn't particularly need that right now. So I want you to keep both toes turned in, and we're going to do warrior two to the other direction. So this time spin the other foot, walk your hands over, spin the other foot to face the short edge of your mat, bend your knee. You'll find the other toes already turned in. Squeeze your pelvic floor up and in, and then come on up to warrior two, facing your other direction. Bend deeply into your front knee. Open through that front hip. Keep pressing through the outside edge of your back leg. Shoulders are soft. If they feel like they're hiked up, let them drop, float down like a bird's wings, and float them back up. Getting ready for extended side angle pose. So this time, take the arm that's in front, hang it out on that front knee. The top arm, maybe reach it across your top ear, or it's fine above you, reaching for the ceiling or behind your back. Ask yourself, what benefits my pose? We're so close. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Sweep that arm down in front. Spin both feet to face the midline. And then come and turn all the way to face me at the front. Stepping back, lower your knees down. Dropping for a cat-cow, happy cat. And exhale, round a cat. Happy cat. Exhale, round a cat. Beautiful work, everyone. I have got one little challenge, but it's only an option. The other option is to lay down on your back in a twist. Okay. The challenge here is to use your wall. Actually, I'll give you a couple of options. If you have a wall, one option for you now, rather than what I'm going to get you to do, I'm going to get you to do a half handstand on the wall, if that's your choice today, and I'll prep you for with dolphin pose. But if that's not where you need to go right now, because we've worked hard already, then you may either want to lie on the floor, or you may want to come facing your wall and then come into a forward fold and lean your back to the wall. Walk your feet, wiggle your feet towards you, and just feel how nice this feels to do a forward fold if you have a wall available to you, with your back toward the wall and your feet facing the wall. Beautiful. Okay, those of you that want to come with me for a half handstand, is there anybody that wants to? Yeah? Okay, so we're going to come into a dolphin. So come to your knees and rest your forearms on the floor, clasping your hands. Bring your elbows about as just in a little bit from the width of your shoulders. Everybody else can do a dolphin if you wish to. So we're clasping our hands, our forearms are flat on the floor, elbows towards You can do the wall one later too after the class. It's such a nice pose. You can stay there for 5 or 10 minutes if your body allows. So here in dolphin pose, ground down, press the forearms into the floor, tuck your toes and lift your bottom just as if you're doing a downward facing dog. Now start quite wide for a start, meaning walk your feet back. Now take a little step in and feel what happens in your shoulders. This is what I'm doing it for your shoulders, and I mean between your shoulder blades. Take another step in if you can, and just feel what happens in the back of your mid-thoracic area. Now take your feet a little wider, not wide enough that they're going to slip, stay on your mat, just take them wider. Take a deep breath here and really focus on that mid-thoracic area between your shoulder blades and just below. That's the area that I'm wanting you to engage right now and feel, activate, and hopefully release a little. Okay, everyone, releasing the knees down. Just take a moment here, rest back in child's pose. Feel that recoil, that nice recoil in your spine. Breathe into the back. You get to do a beautiful Shavasana in about 2 minutes' time. You're so close. Amazing work. Okay, so you are welcome to stay in child's pose now if you wish. Or if you like to do a little mini yin headstand instead of the handstand, then that's fine. So you place the crown of your head on the floor and rest like so, and then come out whenever you wish. Or if you're coming with me to do the half handstand, we're needing a wall or a couch. You can use, your feet can rest on a couch as well. So I'm going to pull my sticky mat around so that I've got grip for my hands. I want to get to be at a right angle to the wall initially. Okay, so I'm going to start with my hands spread just like downward facing dog. It's like downward dog on the wall. And this time my back's facing to the wall. I'm going to step one foot up, the other foot up. And then start to, here, wiggle my feet down a little. I'll feel it in my back. And hold here. You may feel like you want to lift your feet a little. You can walk them up a little. Just don't let yourself collapse down forward in the ribs. The reason why I'm getting you to walk your feet down a little is so that we don't collapse in through that spine. I'm just going to have a look at you all. Remember to rest in child pose, and you can have your feet on the couch as well. Okay. Beautiful. So let's slowly come on out. Noticing how you feel in the thoracic spine. Bring yourself to sit on your bottom. We need to just finish with a little twist and then Shavasana. So we're going to lower down, sitting on the bottom, reaching the arms up and lower down slowly for 10. Keep your feet down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower down. Take a nice big stretch before we do our little twist. Whoops. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the arms out beside you. Bend both knees. And it's up to you whether you would like to simply keep both feet together, both knees together, and then just allow your knees to drop over to one side, keeping your shoulders anchored, be your fixed point. And then let's take our knees to the left first. That's one way. The other way is to lift both feet off the floor and then let your knees come to the left. So make it your twist. We're going to stay here for a minute each side. Maybe the head feels compelled to turn the opposite direction, or maybe today it doesn't. Okay everyone, return your head. However you went in, return your knees. Take a moment there, and then when you're ready, let your knees drop to the other way. And then invite your head to. Okay, slowly now. Turn your knees to the center. Tuck the knees into the belly. Maybe a little bit of knee circles, so you massage into your sacrum. And then taking them the other way. You need to take your knees wide and draw them into the armpits. Side to side movement here. Bend your knees, take your feet to your bottom. Walk your feet in a little closer, about as hip width apart, and then just slowly tuck your pelvis and hips and just raise them off the floor a little into a mini bridge, not a big one. It's just to undo the spine a little, just to release through that area, then lower down. And let's set ourselves up for Shavasana, so lengthen everything. Make your spine straight and let your legs just drop out to the sides. You can go any kind of effort now, and if you want a completely silent Shavasana, feel free to mute me. We've had a lot of talking already. I'm going to play Simply Singing Bowls in the background tonight rather than a guided meditation. But just to get you started in deeply, deeply relaxing, then I would like to take you to a little place so then you can enjoy the sound. So notice the sensations in your body. You may be aware of beautiful tingling in your hands and in your feet. And that amazing energization you've just created through your whole system. This is your time now to just drink all of that goodness up. as you lay here in your stillness, in your most important pose in Shavasana. Be aware where a lot of your energy is focused right now. Resisting the temptation to go down treadmills of thoughts. Instead, just come to rest in the energy and notice it for what it is, just energy, rather than content right now. With every breath, you're relaxing even more and more deeper. As you lay here, imagine that you are walking on a beach. It is a warm summer's evening and the sun is just setting. The moon, which is full, is just starting to rise above the ocean. Feel the sand under your feet, which is so soft, and the colours around you as the sun sets and this moon rises are just absolutely beautiful. Begin to get a sense of gentle washing in and out of the waves on the shore. There is an incredible stillness in the air. Feel the freshness on your skin. Breathing in the amazing salty ionized air. Breathing it in so every cell partakes in this goodness, creating balance within the system. You may like to continue gently strolling along the sand. Or you may choose to find a place to sit and simply watch the moon above the ocean. you to arrive back in this time and place. So imagine now that you're here with all of the freshness within you from the place that you've been. Starting to become aware of where your body is resting on the floor. Starting to bring a little bit of movement back into the hands and into the feet. Stretching the body in the way that it feels it needs. And then when you feel ready, you're welcome to stay if you've got time to stay. Otherwise, very gently roll yourself off to the side, onto your side, unless you're seated already. And when you're ready, please very gently bring yourself up to seated. I wish you all lots of love. Thank you for practicing with me tonight. Have a beautiful sleep. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you.